Welcome to the 2019 Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. It's time to kick off the IAME season from PF International in Lincolnshire. I'm Jake Sanson, and today's highlights come from the Junior X30 class. Before we kick off the race action, let's hear what Rashan Chigarimbo had to say on his return to national karting in Great Britain.
We know that we're fast because in the heats we've been there or thereabouts, but the bad bits are that we just had no luck. So that we end up in the B round yesterday just because of the nose cone penalties. Well, here it's just the fact that it's all homely, everything's nice, the hospitality is all welcome, the staff are friendly. So everything's easy and it's all calm and relaxed.
Chance of rain over the course of the next 45 minutes. I hope you've got your brollies ready. It could get spicy over here at the PF International Circuit. Dimitrov, Behrman, McQueen, McLean, Murdoch, Walker, Rowledge, Edgar, Dewey and Heading in the top 10. Let's see what the drivers can pull off the starting grid. Wait for it. It's a clean start, we're away and racing, and it's already a big cross in the first corner. Straight into the lead goes Dimitrov. Caleb McQueen follows him through in his second position, and there's a massive jostle in the mid-pack as they fly under the Litchfield Bridge and go through the first hairpin up towards the top of the flyover, but out in front, no problems for Dimitrov early doors. McQueen into second, Behrman is there in third, and Josh McLean in fourth place in front of a rick-rolling start from Aaron Walker. Josh Rowledge's teammate is there in the sixth position, so it's already getting pretty good out there. Georgi Dimitrov has got the perfect start, contact further back, that's Rashan Chigarimbo who's come together with one of the Coles racing drivers. I can't quite make out who it is from that far back, but it looks to me as though Chigarimbo's day is well and truly run. And it's one of the Coles drivers for definite. Dimitrov out in front though still from McQueen and Behrman, Josh McLean, Aaron Walker and Josh Rowledge. Will Murdoch has really struggled off the start, so it looks as though those two who collided at the first hairpin are getting together, and I'm afraid it's Chris Harnan who went off with Rashan Chigarimbo, so the Flying Dutchman has gone with Chigarimbo. So Dimitrov leads to the end of lap one, then it's McQueen, Behrman, Walker and Rowledge. McLean is now sixth in front of Murdoch, Tom Edgar, Alex Lee, then Daryl Taylor and Reggie Dewey. From Sam Heading, Joe Taylor, Oliver Gray, Charlotte Cole, Ivan Longley and Douglas Bolger. Ahead of Freddie Spinlow, Sam Hawthorne, and in the top 20, Max Neer. Lots of big bold moves in the first couple of laps still, as down the straight comes Oliver Behrman into the braking zone up the inside to get into second place past Caleb McQueen in the first hairpin. Georgi Dimitrov is already over a second clear up front, so they need to stop battling with each other as Rowledge goes up the inside and takes his place away from his teammate Aaron Walker. They need to stop duelling and now get after the race leader Georgi Dimitrov, or he's going to win the race just as he did yesterday in the final and take an early lead in the British Championship. The Bulgarian star for Fusion Motorsport already a second clear at least. Now there needs to be a bit of teamwork between Oliver Behrman and Caleb McQueen. They need to go together here. And Dimitrov has a massive lead. At the end of the lap, he gets a 1 minute .44. New fastest lap. Although Josh Rowledge is going faster. Behind Rowledge, it's Walker, McLean, Edgar, Murdoch. Reggie Dewey's up to ninth again. So he's made up the progress as McLean gets a move on the inside of his teammate Tom Edgar. And they very nearly bang wheels as they go through, but Edgar is not going to let that move pass. McQueen is edging Behrman closer to the leader. They need to join forces essentially and get that gap down. Meanwhile, side by side further back, that's Murdoch trying to resist from Alex Lee and chops across the nose of Daryl Taylor. Goes very late onto the inside of Alex Lee and the move doesn't work. Three wide behind them as they battle away. That's Oliver Gray on the inside of Joe Taylor and slots in behind Sam Heading. Ivan Longley trying to sneak up the inside there as well as he tries to make up progress. Great racing everywhere you look. Well, it's Junior X30. Would you expect any less? Georgi Dimitrov out of the final turn, down the main straight once again. Really exciting tussles as they come onto the main straight. Behrman in second, third is McQueen, fourth is Rowledge, and fifth is Aaron Walker in front of Tom Edgar and Josh McLean. Stay in ninth place ahead of Will Murdoch from Taylor, Gray, Longley, Sam Heading, Douglas Bolger, Joe Taylor, Tom Levin, Charlie Cole, Sam Hawthorne, and up 9 places after winning the earlier pre-final. Alessandro Serenetti's making progress. So there comes the leader out of the corner. It's Dimitrov heading down to the second hairpin. A really tough battle in prospect as Behrman runs in second place. Charging after the man in front. Third is Rowledge now, having got past Caden McQueen. Great tussles and great battles from the drivers as they mix around together. Kalai Atkins onto the back of Joe Taylor, the Jamaican Kalai Atkins, trying to make up progress after a difficult day. Somebody's gone off at the back of the field. Now that looks to me like JP Sleater, the Irishman, who's gone off along with Chris Harnan and Rashan Chigarimbo. So they've all had difficult starts to the race. But it's Dimitrov in front of Behrman and Rowledge. Rowledge all over the back of Oliver Behrman, trying to get into second place. Going for goes turns out wide. Behrman's going to riff run wide as well, and that's McQueen through into second place. These guys need to stop battling if they want to win the race. They've got to work together, otherwise Dimitrov's going to disappear into the distance. So Behrman's going to get up the inside of Josh Rowledge, tags onto the back of Caden McQueen. Tom Edgar through to fifth, Reggie Dewey up to sixth, past Aaron Walker. McLean goes through as well, and diving up the inside, so too does Alex Lee. Brilliant run there. So Alex Lee gets through on Aaron Walker, who weaves down the back straight. Yellow flags, we've got an off, and that is one of the Coles carts. It looks to me as though Chris Harnan, no, it's not Chris Harnan, my apologies. It's another one of the Coles drivers though, having a spin in between the two sections. That is the 46 of James Walker. So James Walker has an incident there. But out in front, it is Dimitrov. 10 minutes, it's the lap to go. McQueen second, she's third, fourth. What's happened to Oliver Behrman? To fifth place, battling away with Red Rage gets up the inside, and Reggie Dewey into fifth position. Pick up off the bridge, down the back straight, and now up into the first hairpin goes Dimitrov, being caught rapidly by McQueen as Rowledge gets back on the inside for third. Reggie Dewey repeats the move on Tom Edgar and gets into fourth place. Reggie Dewey charging forward. And now he's going to have to defend from Edgar up on the inside line. McLean's trying to get through on the inside of Reggie Dewey as well. Dewey holds it round the outside but has to let McLean go regardless. Oh, and there's a bit of a tussle as Bolger and Anglis lock wheels in there with Alessandro Serenetti in the midfield. So lots of great race action. Plenty to do, plenty to see, and plenty to talk about as they go onto the main straight. Dimitrov out front, being caught by Caden McQueen. McQueen has obviously decided, well, they're not going to help me, they're just going to overtake me, so I'm just going to let them go, and I'm going to charge after Georgi Dimitrov. Caden McQueen was faster than Dimitrov on the last lap to the tune of 0.2 of a second. He has got the gap down to less than a second with 8.5 minutes plus the additional lap to go. McQueen is on a one-man battering ram after the leader, Georgi Dimitrov. Meanwhile, Tom Edgar is sizing up Josh Rowledge for third. McLean is there in fourth place. Reggie Dewey now fifth in front of Alex Lee in seventh place, ahead of Murdoch. Behrman down to ninth and Oliver Gray in 10th position. Still a long way to go in this race though. It's still anybody's guess. And these junior racers, between 11 and 16, always going to be very hard to race against. The elite of British motorsport in the X30 category for juniors is right here in the Motorsport UK British Car Championships. They are the best in Britain and they are ready to take on all comers. Georgi Dimitrov, the Bulgarian, leads the way from Caden McQueen. Third place is the 14 of Josh Rowledge. Then it's Tom Edgar, the Northern Irishman, working hard to make his move on the inside of Rowledge. Now he's given up the ghost to overtake and he's trying to charge onto the back of Caden McQueen. He wants to go with the second place man. Then it's Josh McLean in front of Reggie Dewey, Alex Lee, Will Murdoch, Oliver Behrman and Oliver Gray. And we've got a warning flag, that's gone out to the 46. Now that is James Walker, who has just pulled into the pits in fact. So I think that's game over for him. Meanwhile, Rashan Chigarimbo and Chris Harnan continue their battle in 32nd place after their moment on lap 1. And there's a tussle in the mid-pack. That is a bold move from the 71 of Harvey Ryby. He charges through as he battles away with the likes of Blake Anglis and Charlie Cole. Apologies there, ladies and gentlemen, for the sound issues there. We're back into the action. 4 minutes and 22, plus the additional lap to go. Georgi Dimitrov now has Caden McQueen right underneath him. They are battling away for the victory, with Tom Edgar now having worked his way in front of Josh Rowledge. They are working in tandem. 5th position, Reggie Dewey in front of Josh McLean and Will Murdoch. The battle for the lead is on and intensifying. So the racing is continuing on between these two. A very hard battle between Georgi Dimitrov and Caden McQueen. McQueen has done the hard work to catch him down. And there's an investigation going on, the 24 of Carly Atkins, the Jamaican. He's been working very hard at this phase of the race. Up the inside of, that's going to be a move from Alex Lee by Oliver Behrman. Behrman goes through, as up to the lead. Georgi Dimitrov is going to be hustled by Caden McQueen now. Down the back straight. McQueen still working with Dimitrov to get away. They've still got time to kill, that's the reason. 3 minutes and 25 seconds plus the additional lap to go. So it's not done yet by any means. But now it's going to get really, really hectic. 23 leads the way. Georgi Dimitrov in front of Caden McQueen as they continue to battle away. A real exciting tussle down through Bobby Game into the Mike Wilson complex. And still these two, Georgi Dimitrov and Caden McQueen, hustling away. They will battle for supremacy as they come out of the final chicane onto the main straight. And it will be absolutely loggerheads for the last few laps of this race. Just under 3 minutes left. McQueen does not want anyone else other than Georgi Dimitrov in this fight. And when he nails him, he wants to make sure it's for good. Reggie Dewey working with Murdoch and McLean as they race for 5th position, trying to close up on the final spot on the podium. But Caden McQueen has done exactly what he needed to do. He's on the back of Georgi Dimitrov, and he's making sure that it's just these two in the fight for victory. You don't need to go for the overtake until the final couple of laps of the race. Or at least if you think the leader is a little bit slow on the uptake, but that is definitely not the case for Georgi Dimitrov, and Caden McQueen knows it. He's worked very hard to get up to the back of him, so he continues the charge. Great racing in the mid-pack as Carly Atkins battles away with Joe Taylor and Blake Anglis, I think that is. And at the inside, Tyler Reed making a great comeback after his earlier problems in the weekend. Was battling for the victory earlier in one of the heats and then retired with mechanical problems. That's why he's now fighting his way back. He's up to 14th place with Tom Levin battling away with him. Blake Anglis is a little further back, in fact, racing with Sam Heading, Freddie Spindler and Charlie Cole. Dimitrov still in front of Caden McQueen as they come up the top of the hairpin over to the Litchfield Bridge. They battle through once again onto the back straight. 3rd position for Tom Edgar. 4th is Josh Rowledge. Then in 5th it's Reggie Dewey in front of Will Murdoch and Joshua McLean. So a really intensive battle continuing on its way as Alessandro Serenetti gets up the inside line and makes his move as Oliver Gray takes Oliver Behrman. Alessandro Serenetti gets past Alex Lee as they tussle in the midfield. No change for the lead. Up the inside for 3rd though goes Rowledge. Rowledge gets the move on Edgar. So Rowledge gets through on Tom Edgar, and then it's going to be Reggie Dewey in front of Josh McLean and Will Murdoch. Murdoch has got into the middle of those two, so Reggie Dewey is 5th. Then it's Murdoch and McLean. But as the leaders come through on the main straight, it's still Dimitrov in front of Caden McQueen, and with a minute to go, it is literally down to the wire. Now, are McQueen and Dimitrov going to get 2 laps to go this time by, or 1 lap to go this time by? Because they've got a minute to go when they cross the line, and the laps they're doing are 58.72s. They may well get 2 laps to go at the end of this one rather than 1, as McQueen looks on onto the back of Georgi Dimitrov. He would have done the math. He knows what a fast lap around here is like, and will know that it's not time to go to battle yet, as Oliver Behrman and Alessandro Serenetti both get on the inside of Oliver Gray and make up places. But Rowledge is 3rd in front of Tom Edgar, Reggie Dewey, Will Murdoch and Josh McLean, and they are scrapping for 3rd place, the 5 of them in a line. So as they come through the Bobby Game corner and into the Mike Wilson complex, the 2 leaders, Georgi Dimitrov and Caden McQueen, are still nose to tail, but McQueen has gone through. McQueen has made the move. So Caden McQueen has taken over the advantage in front of Georgi Dimitrov. So McQueen now leads with effectively 2 laps to go. No, it is 1 lap to go. Last lap. So the last lap board came out at exactly the right moment for Caden McQueen, and it was that move that decided it. And now the battle for 3rd position is absolutely on it as Reggie Dewey gets up the inside of Tom Edgar and moves up into 4th position. So McQueen and Dimitrov will battle for the victory, but for third place, Reggie Dewey's going to try and make a move on Rowledge. A very late lunge from Tom Edgar as they battle for position. Dewey's going to have to come around the outside and duel with Murdoch, and up the inside for the lead goes Dimitrov. Dimitrov takes on McQueen for the lead of the race. Now Dimitrov is going to have to keep an eye on his left shoulder, because that's where Caden McQueen's going to position himself. Reggie Dewey gets on the inside of Tom Edgar for fourth, further back, doesn't make the move stick. He's going to try it again into Bobby Kane. Caden McQueen up the inside into the Mike Wilson complex, and he's through! Caden McQueen takes the lead. Dimitrov back on the inside, side by side. Dimitrov gets him back again with 2 corners to go. Georgi Dimitrov and Caden McQueen to the line. It's Dimitrov! Dimitrov wins it! What a race! Fantastic! Josh Rowledge is third, Tom Edgar fourth from Reggie Dewey. Georgi Dimitrov storms it all. What a victory right at the dead. And that's another top spot for Fusion Motorsport in the British Kart Championships. Oh my goodness. Stellar from Georgi Dimitrov. Hard effort from Caden McQueen. He almost had it. He almost had the inside line. But Josh Rowledge fights through for third position in front of Tom Edgar and Reggie Dewey. Here's the confirmation. Dimitrov, McQueen, Rowledge, Edgar Dewey. Josh McLean is sixth in front of Will Murdoch. Oliver Behrman is eighth. Up 20 places is Alessandro Serenetti to ninth. And Alex Lee in 10th in front of Oliver Gray and Joe Taylor. Ivan Lonliev and Darryl Taylor from the Jamaican Kalai Atkins and Tyler Reid. Both of them up 10 places. Tom Levin and Aaron Walker from Sam Heading and Freddie Smidlow. Charlie Cole and Max Mear. Blake Anglis up 9 to 23rd. Then Dan Butterworth and Zach Meakin up 8. Marcus Littlewood, Sam Hawthorne and Aaron J. Walker from Douglas Mulger, Harvey Ryby, J.P. Slater, Rashan Jagarimbo and Chris Harnan, with only James Walker failing to finish after his earlier problems. Well, what a race at the front. And after all of that patient waiting, Georgi Dimitrov just stormed past Caden McQueen on the last lap anyway. What a race, what a battle. Absolutely fantastic. And it would appear that Caden McQueen is going on a second tour around the circuit. What is Caden McQueen doing? He's having another lap around the racetrack. I thought you were only allowed one at the end of the dais. But fascinating battle to the end regardless, as Caden McQueen now has to settle for the fact he will be second and not first. What a race that was to the finish line. There's 2 more like that to come. Senior X30 and IAME Cadet.
So it's 2 from 2 for Georgi Dimitrov, with Caden McQueen narrowly missing out on a win and Josh Rowledge grabbing the final step on the rostrum.
It was a really good weekend. There was a few positives, a few negatives, so I'm glad we're third because I tried my hardest and it was a really good race.
Yeah, it was great. I managed to get back-to-back wins, so that's amazing. And the final was really tough for me because I was leading out front and I was getting caught by Caden really rapidly. So I had to make a quick decision with my racing. And towards the final stages of the race, I managed to pull off a move at the far section of the track, which led me to the win.